Hey, this is Jessica with Food Foundation, and in this video I'm going to share the 3 main things you should know about fats. The 3 main things you should know about fat are: 1, is there good fat and bad fat? It's both. It can be good and it can be bad. Most fat, the way it arrives in the natural whole food, is good. It's what we do to it afterwards, usually, that makes it bad. We can't say saturated fat is bad and polyunsaturated fat is good, because polyunsaturated fats are what are in nuts, seeds, and vegetables or plants. However, when we take those polyunsaturated fatty acids and heat them up like a deep fried vegetable oil, or even process them to make a vegetable oil or a safflower oil, the fat is denatured and it is turned into a trans fat. And as you may know, trans fatty acids are highly inflammatory and very bad for your body. Most of them are supposed to be out of the foods. However, it's not quite that clean. All the manufacturers have to do is see if the trans fatty acid per serving size of 1 tablespoon is under 0.5 grams, and then they can say it's trans fat free. It's not the case. What you want to make sure is that you're using cold pressed oil that's in a brown dark bottle that's refrigerated and not heated, and gingerly drizzling that walnut oil or flaxseed oil over your food, but not cooking it or sauteing in it. Or saturated fats, luckily, can withstand very high heat. So if you're using an animal fat like butter or home rendered lard, beef tallow, chicken schmaltz, coconut oil, these have a larger amount of saturated fat and they won't be denatured when they're heated up. Will fat make you fat? No. The studies are there. They show that kids that have whole fat, whole food products gain less weight than those that are using skim products, skimmed milk, low fat, products where the fat has been removed or denatured. And we actually have to add the flavor back in, which is usually done with sugar. Even in a skimmed milk, when they take the milk fat out, what's left is a carbohydrate, and that is lactose. It's mostly sugar. So you're getting a larger amount of carbohydrates, and that's not good for the body, and that can make you fat. So you want to make sure that you're having plenty of whole foods to get that fat that you need. When you eat enough fat, you get satiated and you shouldn't have to eat as much. For example, if I give you a bowl full of butter, how much could you eat with a spoon? Probably not very much. Your body would have a natural satiation point and be disgusted pretty soon into that bowl. But what if I gave you a bowl full of butter cookies? Now your brain is so confused because it has sugar and it's probably not a real fat. It's probably made with a vegetable shortening, definitely a trans fat. Your body would be so confused, you could probably eat the whole bowl. I could probably eat 2 bowls of butter cookies, really. You want to make sure that you're getting that whole fat so that your body's getting the vitamins and fat that it needs, and then it will feel satiated. How much fat is okay? If you were to use a ketogenic model, the ketogenic diet takes your fat way up to about 70 or 80%, which is very high. That leaves only like 10 or 15%, depending on how much protein you're having, of carbs. Very low. But it's very well known for losing weight. Why? Because our bodies are probably so deficient from the fat we weren't eating in the first place. We went on this low fat kick since the 90s and everybody's super deficient in fats. We need these fats to make these hormones and get the vitamins A, D, E, and K for our eyes, our skin, our hair, and our vitamin D, which is pretty much for everything. What does that look like? It looks like the same as protein, and if you haven't seen the protein video, check that out first. It's really important to do your protein macronutrients first, and then work on your fat, and the rest is carbohydrate. So, just like the protein, we're looking at 1 gram of fat per kilogram of body weight daily. Now, instead of getting out a calculator and going and looking up all these charts, eating most foods the way they arrive in nature, those darker meats, the whole fat dairy, the raw nuts, the raw seeds, you're going to be getting enough fats. How do I fill up a third of my plate full of healthy fats? Is that a whole avocado? Is that 4 tablespoons of olive oil? Is it a cup of yogurt? Is it an egg on top? Always adding that extra nutrient that you can. So I hope that you're thinking about your fat and your proteins, not only to improve your health, but to thrive. Thank you for watching my video. This is Jessica with Food Foundation. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner with a master's in human nutrition and functional medicine. I practice in an OBGYN and pediatrics clinic and at Love, Heal, Thrive. This video is meant for educational purposes and not medical advice. If you liked the video and want to see more, please subscribe and make sure to check out the other videos in my macronutrient playlist.